Now, Terra Luna Classic has some huge news, and we're just going to jump right into it, okay? We've got Terra Luna Classic, and the 1.2% burn tax is done, set, ready to go. The test net has been finished, and now all we're waiting on are the validators to approve it. We're going to talk a little bit more about that in the video because it's going to be a massive thing, guys. If we're able to burn the 1.2% on every single transaction, Terra Luna Classic has a very, very strong shot of moving higher. It's not going to be easy, it's not going to be guaranteed, but it's got a good shot of just drastically reducing that supply and moving up in value. So we're going to talk about that. I also want to touch on the Federal Reserve, what the Federal Reserve said today, and why Terra Luna Classic is moving higher because of it. And there's one more thing. We got a massive new burner out there, burning 100 million Terra Luna Classic, I believe just in the last 24 hours, and already in like a 4-day period, they've burned 150 million Terra Luna Classics. We're going to talk about that as well, and if it sounds like something you're interested in, let's get started. What's up, everybody? I'm Clay. I'm here to make 2022 the best year ever. If you haven't clicked that subscribe button, make sure to subscribe to the channel. Join us. Become a bro. We are here every single day, and we are growing our portfolios together. And look, if you're brand new to investing, you don't know how or where to buy stocks and crypto, you got a link in the description below for Webull. It is super simple to set up your account. Any deposit, you guys are getting 6 free stocks. $1 crypto trade, you're going to get $5 in free crypto. And as you know, we are on a major dip right now, so it can lead to something amazing in the future. But let's talk about this 1.2% burn tax, and then we're going to jump into a few other things here. But I know everybody wants to know about these burns. So what we know so far, okay, I do not have a timeline as to when the validators are going to approve and implement this burn tax. But it has been 100%, like the testing is done. Testnet is done. And the last I've seen, we're waiting on a few independent, I guess, developers to approve the code. And once that happens and it gets validated or approved by the validators on the Terra Luna network, it is going to be up and running. So if you're looking for a timeline, I unfortunately don't have one on when that's going to take place, but the first step, however you want to look at it, the testnet, all of the testing done and over with and approved, finished at this point of the game, and all that's left are the approvals and the votes to pour in and allow this thing to happen. So once it does happen, let's just fast forward a little bit, even if it takes a month, 2 months, 3 months, whatever the time frame looks like. So even if it takes a while, it's going to produce results. And it doesn't guarantee that these exchanges are going to burn Terra Luna Classic with every transaction. But major exchanges like Binance has already said, well, let's get it up on the blockchain first, and then we'll look at implementing it here on Binance as well. I've seen some things swirling around saying that I believe KuCoin is either already burning or interested in burning the 1.2%. So I haven't dug into that a little bit or really at all, but I've seen some screenshots, and you guys know that you can mess around with screenshots all the time and make those up. But nonetheless, I've seen some stuff out there that KuCoin may be doing it or interested in doing it. So that's something to think about as well. But nonetheless, guys, 1.2%, if you guys want to go back and look at the numbers, I broke those down a while ago, but 1.2% could absolutely, everything remaining constant, a nice linear graph, would in about 2 years reduce the supply of Terra Luna Classic back down into those ranges where we can reach prices like $10, $20, $50, and so on. But just use that for what it's worth, right? That is a reference point, keeping everything constant, no changes, all burns. So it's not a very reliable model, but just throwing some numbers out there to kind of give you an expectation of when things could get back to normal if the burn tax is implemented and really does well. Now, guys, I want to talk about the Federal Reserve just briefly. I'm sure you guys saw what they said today. 75 basis point interest rate hike, which was apparently much better than expected. It seems like the market it seems like analysts were lying to us. The market was expecting a 100% basis point or even more percent or even more interest rate hike because the market reacted very positively, and Terra Luna Classic reacting very positively to the 75 basis point interest rate hike that we got. And then Jerome Powell coming up and saying that, no, we're not in a recession. The Federal Reserve doesn't know what the definition of a recession is. They can't determine whether or not we're in a recession. Even if we get GDP coming in negative tomorrow, doesn't mean we're in a recession. Like, I don't understand what's going on these days. Up is down, down is up. Some people don't even know what up is because you just can't define anything. Everything is subjective. So, if you want Terra Luna Classic to go up, well, shoot, man, it's going to go up because we live in a subjective world now. But anyway, moving on from that, let's talk about this massive burner that we've been seeing out there because they've been getting a lot of traction. And anytime you see 100 million Terra Luna Classic being burnt, you got to call them out. You got to say thanks. So that's exactly what we're going to be doing right now. LUNC Token. Okay, LUNC Token has been very successful in the last week since it's been, I guess, launched. And they have burnt roughly 150 million Terra Luna Classic. Now, what they do is they've got a 4% tax on every transaction, 2% burns Terra Luna Classic, and 2% gets redistributed to holders. So if you're buying and holding this LUNC token, you would expect to receive dividends, or you would expect to receive this 2% fee that's everybody's getting taxed on, and it's redistributed to you accordingly based on how much you own, and the other 2% is burnt in Terra Luna Classic. So they're doing very well so far. They've been very successful, and I believe they are at this point the third largest Terra Luna Classic burner. I believe they've got Mexi Global ahead of them, and then LUNC DAO ahead of them as well. And let me just say this, they're closing the gap, and they're closing the gap very quickly. So it's amazing to see this project happen like this. And also, we've done some numbers on different community burns and things like that. Now, 50 million Luna Classic being burned a day, it's going to need to increase from that. And it absolutely can. So we have to keep in mind that this is just the beginning. Lunatics is doing very well. LUNC DAO is doing very well. Mexi, they did very well, and I believe they're implementing a burn here pretty soon. So we're going to see some numbers from them again as well. But nonetheless, guys, the Lunatics or the Luna Classic community, however you want to look at it, really stepping up in a big way when it comes to burns. And really, 3 good news in a row there. 3 great catalysts with the Federal Reserve, with these massive burns, and with the 1.2% burn tax basically sitting on deck right now, getting ready to go up to bat. And if it's approved, if it's voted in, we could be seeing some, incredible burns here pretty soon. I want to know what you guys think, though. How many Terra Luna Classic do you guys want to see burnt every single day? Assuming the 1.2% burn tax is implemented, everybody's jumping on board. What's your number? You want to see 1 billion? You want to see 50 billion? You want to see 100 billion? Like, what's your number on the amount that you want to see burnt per day? Let us know in the comments below. And of course, if this button right here is still red, make sure to click it. Subscribe to the channel. Join us. Become a bro. We are here every single day, and we are growing our portfolios together. ClayBro883 on Twitter and Instagram. And if you're here this long, just started the Discord today. So if you guys want to jump in the Discord, it is free. Get in early, right? Before we start making things private and stuff. So jump in that. You get the link down there in the description as well. And 6 free stocks on Webull. Till the next time. Hope that each and every one of you have an awesome day.